Hello, hello.
Is that better?
Much, much better.
I switched phones.
No comments. What's up, everybody? Thank you for your patience.
All right. Hey, everybody. Veggie World, what's going on?
What
You're
is
tuned in.
good?
You're tuned in to another live talk with me, of course, Latifa, the founder of the Veggie Connection, and our lovely guest, Sahsha Campbell of Life and Light Wellness.
Woohoo! We are here to serve you guys and just give you a little bit of encouraging yet necessary information. Sometimes you're hearing a lot of encouraging talk, but it's a lot of fluff. We want to give you encouraging information that can help you through these times. These are magical times we are living in, people. Do you guys
Very magical.
understand me? We are on the brink of creating a new world where healing is spontaneous, where thoughts manifest amazing things, where self-empowerment and humanity and equality are a real thing. So what we do in these times is very, very important to the foundation that we're wanting to lay.
Right. So with that, we're today we're going to be talking about detoxing, because detoxing during this time is key and it's actually beneficial. And actually, right now we are really detoxing. We're taking a break.
Say that. Say that.
Whether it's from food, whether it's from social media, whether it's from work, whether it's from your daily normal routine, you're actually detoxing right now.
Absolutely. We often hear, oh, go ahead, sis. Sorry about that.
So we're going to be talking about detoxing in a form of food, but also with those other elements combined into that. Go ahead.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I was going to say, when people hear detoxing, when they hear cleansing, when they hear fasting, they typically think of a certain type of food. But because we know food is an intricate part of lifestyle, it is one part of lifestyle, we are just detoxing from an entire lifestyle that drained you, that was toxic, that was non-fulfilling. So to piggyback on what you said, we're not just detoxing from food. We are detoxing from negative mindsets. We're detoxing from the status quo. We're detoxing from whatever doesn't fit who we are, whatever doesn't nurture who we are. So these times with no traffic, most people are working from home. You know, that hustle and bustle is gone. What are we doing right now? What are we doing? So yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So in definition form, detoxing is really like detoxing and cleansing the blood. So that's one form of it, and that's with foods and herbs. But this is also done, to clean out all your organs, the liver, your kidneys, your heart, all of those organs when it goes to detoxing, when it comes to the organs.
Right. Right.
That you want
And when you break down the word detox, D means of or removal of toxins. So you are removing toxins. Toxins are, and a virus is definitely considered a toxin. Virus by original definition is the byproduct. It is the waste of a state of disease. So when we're talking about a virus, we're talking about the waste product, the byproduct of a disease, which is something out of ease. So virus is definitely something that could be detoxed, but also those mentalities, like we said, that can, strain you and drain you. So detoxing means removing toxins from any part of your life. Some people during this period are going to be detoxing from relationships.
People.
Just saying, because that is part of the cleansing process. If you do your healing, as you start to re-examine what is good for you, certain things are going to fit. Not only food. If you're feeling good after a detox 20, 30, 40 days, 10 days, after you do that, you're going to start to question, why would I put certain things back in my space? Now that we're having this time of societal break, we're going to start looking at the different habits that we had and realize, I really didn't need this anyways. A lot of people you're hearing are working from home and realize, wow, I could have been working from home all the time. So these type of thoughts and decisions that are going to be made within the individual that is going to lay the foundation for a new world within us. But without wanting to go too far on a tangent, we're talking about detoxing this temple, body, mind, and spirit.
Right. And so when you're detoxing the body, you're taking those impurities out of your body, which are, toxin, and it can filter through your whole bloodstream. So detoxing, whether it's, just because this is going on, this is something you actually should be doing yearly.
Absolutely. Or more. Some people detox their physical body with the seasons. So that's 4 times a year. Why? Because there's different allergens, there's different pollutants that are in our system on a quarterly basis, so to speak. Because we're supposed to ideally eat seasonally, we're supposed to cleanse our body of the residue from certain seasonal food to prepare it for another season of food. At least once a year you want to detox, if not twice a year, just for optimal functionality of your organs, right? We don't get tune-ups once a year. We don't get oil changes once a year. The older our car gets, aka the more wear we put on our body, the more we need to get it tuned up, the more we need to get an oil change. So once a year is a great start. 2 to 3 times a year is optimal, especially if you have detoxed and still kind of went back to those habits that got you in a state of toxicity in the first place. And not judging, we all have our things. We all have our vices. Right. I say all the time, I'm going to always eat French fries. I like them a lot. But I know after some time, I got to, take a time out and a pause on the French fries. But I also know that I'm going to go back to the French fries. So, same thing with little, other little things. It's not about eliminating. It's about putting them in its proper perspective, understanding what it does to you. And then I say, okay, I need to clear out the residue.
Right. So detoxing can help, because it gives you time to rest your organs during fasting. And then it can stimulate the liver to where it can drive out the toxins from your body. Yep. And then it can promote elimination through your intestines, kidney, and your skin. And then it can improve your circulation of blood, which can refuel the body with, you refuel your body with healthy nutrients.
Yep. The way the liver works, a lot of people that you'll see that are overweight and want to release weight, their liver is working really, really slow. Because the liver is really what tells the gallbladder to release bile, and bile helps break down the fat. So when your liver is working slow, it's really working because it's got too much, it's fatty. It works overdrive on fats and proteins. So if you've been eating a lot of that, you'll notice when you're detoxing, because typically on a detox, you're not eating meat, you're not eating dairy. So
so it's mainly raw.
Yep. So when you're eliminating just those main things alone, the excess dairy and the excess meat, your liver is going to start to pick up, because it doesn't have to spew out all that, the bile and the, all that to break down the fat and the protein. So a little bit of something, just simply by cutting down your intake of hard to digest food, is going to help your liver. And then that's how the weight loss kind of kicks into gear.
Right. So that ties into the gut. So go into the gut, how the gut and all that's related.
Well, the gut is so important because everybody, it seems like the new word now is immunity. Oh, my immunity. Immunity's always been important. Immunity has always been like the best gift nature has given us. Our immunity is what protects us from a lot of toxins, environmental and internal. So once your liver has done what it does when it goes to digestion, once your liver does what it does, and we know it starts in the mouth, it goes down to your liver, and then your stomach disperses. So your liver almost kind of says, okay, what do we have here? We got, this in the proteins, this got fats in it. So we set out what it needs to. But the actual starting to break down of the food happens in your stomach. And then what breaks down in your stomach, the other stage, it goes to your large intestines and your small intestines, aka that's where your gut is. That's where your intuition is. That's where your clarity is. The gut and the brain look so much alike for a reason. So the more you have a moving intestinal tract, where everything goes, essentially you're supposed to eliminate every time that you eat. And in an ideal eating environment, if you're eating twice a day, you should be going twice a day. If you're eating 3 times a day, you should be going 3 times a day. Keeping in mind, though, the more you eat, the more your body is working. So standard American diet says you're supposed to eat 3 times a day plus.
Well, you really shouldn't.
6 times. That's 6 times. So your body is constantly eating. And most people, especially now when their emotions are a little out of whack, they're on quarantine diet, they're eating till 10, 11 o'clock at night, then they're getting up at 7 in the morning. You're giving your body 7, 8 hours to break down food. Depending on what you've eaten, it takes your body hours to break down certain food. So it's no rest. It's like running a 24-hour marathon. So we have to get in the habit of, well, it's best if we get in the habit to eat when we feel hungry. And the more that you detox, and what detoxing has done for me, not only has it healed my body from a certain level of disease, but it's trained my body like a machine. So I pretty much eat when I'm on E. And I'm not saying deplete yourself, but I know when my tank is running low, my body says it's time to eat. And it doesn't just say eat and get a bag of chips. Like eat something nutrient rich, whether it's beans, whether it's greens, whether it's rice, whether it's a smoothie, you need fuel. So when you are detoxing and you're eliminating the filler foods, I like to call, including French fries, which is my thing, you're able to hear your body more simply because you're not putting all that stuff in there. So it's really an easier communication between you and your senses to know, oh, it's time to eat. Oh, I don't need that. You know, most of the stuff that we eat is filler food. So your gut is essential to not only your metabolism, not only your immunity, because when your gut is clean, your body defense system is more tight. You got all the minerals and the vitamins in there to keep it going. When your gut is heavy and sluggish, you get caught slipping, so to speak. So an environmental toxin that might not affect you is going to affect you more if your gut is sluggish. So it is important to clean your gut, but I must say, be aware. Start where you are, but be aware of just doing those cleanses that are just clean, just tummy tea and all that, because it's forgetting the blood, which is, you know, transported in our body through the oxygen that we breathe. And once you're forgetting the blood that's going through our brain, every part of us, your blood is dirty, your whole body and all your organs are dirty.
Right, because all that needs to be cleaned out.
Right. Don't get me wrong. If you got somewhere to go in a week and you need a quick little fix, okay, you know, get tummy tea and your stomach will look flat, but that doesn't mean you're healthy. You know what I mean? So you do not want to have short-term goals be your go-to all the time.
Right.
You got to think of yourself as a collective, as a whole unit when you're cleansing and when you're doing everything really, but particularly cleansing.
Right. So going into that, it's like, how do you know if you need to detox? Like, how do you know when you need to detoxify? So again, once a year, maybe twice a year, and again, like you said, with the seasons, because you know that's kind of like what we do. And then with the environment being more toxified, then it's critical to detox now.
Yes.
And then when you have like unexplained fatigue, you're sluggish, you have irritated skin, allergies, you have the puffiness under your eyes, bloating, menstrual problems, even like mental confusion. Those are like signs that are kind of like tell you your body's telling you something.
Absolutely. Like we were saying before, because your gut and your brain are so much alike. When your gut is sluggish, there's studies that show the connection, the gut-brain connection. You could Google that term, gut-brain connection, and a lot of information will come up about it. But mental confusion is absolutely a challenge with that. And here's the funny thing about all the symptoms that were just listed. Some people have normalized that. Some people are used to fatigue and sluggish and breaking out and itchy skin and puffy eyes, bloating all the time. They think it's normal. As a matter of fact, they think it's abnormal when they don't feel it.
Right.
What's wrong with me? It's called your healing.
Right. Right. And not relating it to food.
Say, make America great again. We need one that say, make healing normal again. Like, that's normal, you guys. To be in a state of healing is a normal thing.
Exactly.
You know? So don't get used to anything low vibration. Don't get used to feeling bloated. Get used to feeling sluggish. Don't get used to having itchy skin. Don't get used to having irregular cycles. Don't get used to mental confusion. You have a right. You were born to feel good. So what we're doing is just trying to give you guys information to get back to that space of feel good.
Right, and with that, look,
it's okay.
Look, and with that being said, the information that we do give you, what we like to say is, you know, take what resonates with you and then do your own research from there.
Absolutely. The reason why we are kind of fluid and fluent in what we're speaking is because we were on these. We both had our own individual healing journeys. We both answered our own curiosities by seeking knowledge that is out there. And it's mind-blowing now, like, gosh, this was there all along. The answer is always there. I say a lot in my videos at the end, as you were born, so was the solution. The solutions are already always there, but it's just clouded by other people's opinions and people thinking they want the best for you and you being in a comfortable space. Once you clear all that out, the solution is there. So please research anything that we say.
Exactly.
What resonates with you, like Latifah said, research it. What don't, throw it out. All good.
All right. So some of the things that, how do you start a detox? Well, for one, you can lighten up your toxin load. Mm-hmm. You could start with that. Number two, you could start with avoiding stress if you can. If you can't avoid it, limit it. Because when you stress, all those hormones go into your system and it's just...
I mean, stress is the precursor to almost every disease. When you stress a lot, sends your adrenal...
It lowers your defense system.
Yeah, it sets your adrenal glands on fire. We stay in fight or flight. When we stay in fight or flight, there's no chill. When we have no chill, we're always stressed. I like to talk really, really simple like that because that's just how our body works. So we have to maintain a state of chill for even the parts we do not know exist, you guys. Honor what feels good. If that situation, that person is starting to drive you crazy, it's not about controlling them. It's about saying, I matter.
Right.
I'm going to step back. I'm going to step back. That's one way to control, chill. If anything, this quarantine has showed us that there's certain things we cannot control and there's certain things we're not meant to control. But what we can control, let's do it. We focus too much on the wrong things. What we can't control, let's control it, and that's going to help preserve our health.
All right. And so what we can control is what we do to our bodies and what we want to invite in our space. So if we want all that stress, then, hey, you're going to see what happens with the stress, which usually comes with...
What's priority to us.
Right.
And yes, easier said than done, but the practice begins somewhere, you guys. The practice begins somewhere. We don't know how long they're going to say this is closed, that is closed. But I do know, for example, that me watching TV, getting all these different opinions on what's going on is taking me out of my happy space. I have to be aware, but I do not have to be afraid. Therefore, I'm going to take in what I need and I'm going to honor the divine in me and do what I know inherently, naturally I got to do. I'm going to get some sun. I'm going to eat good. I'm going to laugh a lot. I'm going to do TikTok with the kids. I'm going to do whatever need to be done to be funny. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody tuning in. Everybody tuning in. Hello. We got some feedback in here. Since I'm share it.
Cesar's on there.
Yeah, peace, Cesar, and everybody else. Our vegan families in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in. Cesar said the quarantine has a lot of people not able to, I guess, go outside, so they have to go inside themselves and elevate their lives and vibes. Absolutely. And
that part,
tell you guys, that can be a scary thing. You know what I mean?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Because you have to deal with yourself. You're dealing with yourself.
With yourself. All change begins from within, and that's something that's going to be detox. The idea that government and that outside forces are supposed to govern us. We, for the people, are for the people first. So change has to begin with us. Clearance has to begin with us. A collective foundation built on love for all living things, built on respect, built on honor, and then things are going to change on the outside. Our ancestors back in the day, they protested and stuff, and big up to all our ancestors, right. All our ancestors that protested for anything that they believe in. That worked then. We cannot take the same things that worked 60, 70, 80 years ago when we are a more evolved group of people. We understand what brings about change, and we have to be willing to do it. We cannot ride our ancestors back. On the contrary, we got to take the baton, and we got to run with that thing.
That part.
I mean,
so
tangent got off. My bad.
No, that needed to be said. It needed to be said.
This is an accountability movement. And we will come on here. Yes, activism works together, and it starts within. It starts within. We can't take the movement any further than we have been within ourselves.
Right.
And it goes for every movement. Self-responsibility is a beautiful thing, you guys. It's a beautiful thing. Let's do it. But, you know, we'll come on and we'll do lives and we'll do whatever we can to get people reconnected with themselves so they can be better to the environment. Like, for real.
Yeah, so one of the big things is when you're starting that journey within self, you got to eliminate that fear.
Or if anything, you got to transmute it, right?
Because transmute it.
Know, I'm saying some people don't know if it's fear. They're like, I'm feeling it. I don't know what to do with it. We can turn that fear into something else. One thing I like to tell my clients is, how are you feeling? How would you like to feel? I feel so afraid. How do you want to feel? I want to feel empowered. So how can this situation that you're in turn from something you're afraid of to something empowering? Oh, well, I can look at it like this, or I can walk into it this way. Just asking the question opens up a box of possibilities, but we don't ask questions. We're scared to ask questions, but this is what we're here for. So talk about how you want to feel when it comes to your health, when it comes to the planet at large. How do you want to feel? What do you want to see? And then begin that within yourself. If you're always on edge and tense, let's detox the emotion that causes that, and let's change it into something else. Simple as it sounds, but that's how it begins.
Right. So what is one or two things how someone can start if they wanted to start on a detox?
We like to say, I like to tell the people that I work with, even, yes, Kay Wilson, my mindset changes and lifestyle changes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly.
How do you start a detox? A couple things. I tell people, most people, standard American diet says eat meat 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. Start with eliminating it from one meal, particularly the first meal or the last meal. See for yourself how it feels. Why eliminate meat? Because meat is hard to, from a physiological level, it is hard to digest. What my job is to give people proof through experiences that this is going to help you and this is going to be a lifestyle that you want to live, right? Eliminate it from one meal a day. Then eliminate it a whole day. Meatless Mondays is a very popular
Meatless Mondays
to go from, you know, being a carnivore to being plant-based. So that's what I would say. Eliminate the meat from the meal. Replace it with a smoothie. Smoothies are great. Smoothies taste better than eggs and bacon. It just is what it is. Try it, try it, try it. And initially, I tell people, start where you are. If you don't want it all green and stuff, hey, just put a handful of fruit in there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you start. Just begin somewhere. That's all. And then from the Meatless Monday, you realize, wow, I can go 2 days. 2 days turns into 4. 4 turns into a week. And then, we've gone. Before you even take any herbs, your body, because it's a self-healing machine, your body is going to start to resonate with the elimination of heavy stuff in your body. It will. Don't take my word for it. Take your word. Take the people in the group word. Have your own experience, and that's what we want you to do.
Right, because there's several types of, detoxes. There's like the fruit and veggie detox. There's the smoothie cleanse. There's the juice cleanse. And there's the sugar detox.
Uh-huh. Now, let me tell you something. The sugar detox is for the grown and sexy, because most of us, in some way, shape, or form, are addicted to sugar. Yes, it's true, Cesar. You are what you eat.
Yep.
Death or life. That is so true. But most of us are addicted to sugar because sugar is everywhere.
It's in everything. Because it's in different forms, too.
It's in different forms. You think you're just eating bread with peanut butter, but the peanut butter, depending on what kind you have, is riddled with sugar. The bread, you look on the back, it's riddled with sugar.
Because high fructose is sugar.
It's sugar.
Without it being saying it's sugar.
And now the big marketing is no high fructose corn syrup, but they just have another name for the same thing. Y'all, the marketing game is a cold one. It is a cold one. That's why we have to always be in a continual state of learning. and wanting to learn, because we all thought, okay, we're good. We eliminate high fructose corn syrup, and then they'll say natural sweeteners, sugar.
Yep, those receptors in the brain.
And it's not, and I'm talking about, it's not stevia and it's not agave. It's, processed cane sugar. But, it's okay to stumble. You have to learn sometimes, but at least just begin,
Anything that rhymes with gross is sugar related.
Fructose, yup, lactose. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's true, but you learn those little trigger words once you're on the journey, right?
Right.
I'd rather someone have the courage to start somewhere than to say, oh, that's too complicated, I'm good. You will feel better, and you're going to help. Exactly. You're going to help those organs of yours. You're going to help your blood. You're going to help your mind. Naturally, most of us have to have that experience. We have to feel it in order to be an advocate for it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You have to try it out, see what works for you, and see how you feel. That's it.
Yes, that's all we're advocating. That's all we're advocating for. I believe everyone on this chat, on this call, has a goal of making the world a better place in any way, shape, or form. So you have to understand the heart of us, the heart of these people, is to help you get so in touch with yourself and in your space of love that everything you do, for the most part, is from a space of love. It doesn't have to look perfect, but just from like a love space, right?
Right. So it has to look for you.
Exactly. And that's going to take, for lack of a better word, trial and error. But at least try. You can't honor the mess anymore. We cannot honor what isn't showing up to be good. You can't. You can't honor that no more. You have nothing to defend. We're always so defensive. We want, oh, this is just how I was, and this is how. That's okay. We all were. You don't have to protect that. You don't have to honor that anymore, you guys.
But now what you can do is you can ask that question, what you was doing before, is that working? Is that still working for you?
Most likely it is not.
And you can ask that question.
If people are ready to change, we're just giving you guys opportunities to change, for which could be a better experience for you. We can't say how you're going to feel about it, but we don't want to give you an excuse to stay stuck, because the world is changing. Are you going to change with it? Are you going to change with it? Are you going to be here, or are we going to be up here? I'm trying to fly high, you guys.
All right. So during the detox, depending on which one you're on, and we do have them that we do offer. Sahsha offer hers on her website. We offer ours on our website. The ones that we offer does the whole full body. It cleanses, all your organs, as we stated before. So during the detox process, the blood, liver, and intestines are clean. Like I said before, it eliminates a lot of waste. And then you can also incorporate fasting into that. So what about the fasting? Like what do you actually do when it comes to fasting?
Well, my favorite thing to do is intermittent fasting. I do that every day, whether I'm on an herbal detox or told myself that I'm detoxing or not. So what intermittent fasting is, giving your body a period of time to eat and a period of time not to eat.
Right.
So for me, somebody put their anxiety went away when they stopped eating plant-based. Absolutely, side effect of that. Absolutely. But so with fasting, so my first meal, and you could do this, you want to ideally give your body at least 10 hours for beginners with no food. It sounds complicated, but it's not. I'll tell you how. Your last meal could be at 8 p.m.
All right.
That's just saying with 10 hours, your first meal doesn't have to be till 6 a.m.
Right. Wait, not to cut you off, because in between that time, again, another form of detoxing is sleep. When you're asleep, your body is detoxing. So when you're eliminating food between that time, your body is going through a detoxing process.
Because what it gets to do is break down the food that you ate before. And as you're up, if your last meal is at 8 o'clock and you go to bed at 10, your body's already had 2 minutes of activity from you to help begin the process. By the time you're sleeping, the the body is in a deeper detox mode, a deeper breaking down mode, which is beneficial when you're sleeping. So when you get good sleep coupled with intermittent fasting, you're giving your body the time to break down stuff from the day before. It's kind of like processing. You come home from work, it's like, how was your day? And now you get to sit down and decompress and process the day. It's the same thing with intermittent fasting. Your body says, oh, so this is what we have to work with. I don't have to worry about you getting up at 2 a.m. and adding something to our program. Cool. Right. We're going to start breaking this down. And by the time you get up and actually feel hungry, when you actually feel hungry, as opposed to eating on routine, when you feel but hungry, your body's saying, okay, everything cleared out. We're ready for some more. That's what hunger is. Hunger is just saying,
it's fuel.
Hey, it's just, you need a little fuel in me. I done broke down everything else. You're good to go. But you don't want to automatically wake up and eat at 6 o'clock if your body's not hungry till 8, because you are interfering in your body's natural process. So exactly. all this stuff about how we've been told to eat essentially 6 times a day is really wearing you down. And this is 6 times a day, whether you're plant-based or whether you're a carnivore, any carnivores on there. Eating too much is going to wear you down. Right. You need to learn to eat when you need fuel, not just because it's noon and it's lunchtime. If your body's not hungry at 12, don't eat it. Once again, we have to, by law, say if you're on any kind of medication or any kind of anything, please consult with your doctor. But when you are wanting to get more reacquainted with yourself, you have to learn to listen to your body. I'm not hungry right now, even though someone said 12 o'clock is lunch. I'm good.
Right. And actually during that time, if you're eating, you should eat your biggest meal during that time between 12 and 4 or whatever, during that time.
And don't beat yourself up too much, you guys. If you guys work a 9 to 5 and you don't get home till 6, eat if you have to at 6:30. What you do is, if you can, prep the food the night before. So when you go home, you just have to warm that joint up. You have to worry about prepping it, and it's done at 8 o'clock. Another beautiful thing about being plant-based is food prep time is a lot shorter. So even if you didn't get to prep something, it might not take you that long to prep something and eat it. But there's a lot of things that you can do. Meal prepping is very, very important if you're working a full-time job. Another thing is start to know on your route home the places that you can go pick up a healthy meal if you don't have time to prepare something. The beautiful thing now, there's markets that have bars. We're talking about Whole Foods and Barron's and those type of places, Trader Joe's and Sprouts. You can go in and go to their bar and pick up something healthy and not have to worry about going home and prepare it. McDonald's and Burger King are no longer your excuses or your only options, people. There are options out there.
Right. And if anything, I mean, you can make a smoothie. Like if
you can
you can make a smoothie bowl.
We are fans of smoothies and acai bowls and all that stuff. Good, nutritious, delicious,
whole foods.
Nuts, if you're eating a smoothie, a little bit after that, have some nuts. That always helps. That's always a really good thing because the protein and the fats kind of help keep you, satisfied for a little bit. But so intermittent fasting, big in my life. It helps your metabolism. It helps you in healing. There's a lot of modalities now that are infusing fasting with cancer. There's a lot of modalities that are doing that, you guys. So fasting is a really big deal, just as we are now in this period of fasting. Yes.
So there was a comment. Cesar said, "How long did it take you to get into your routine?"
It's now a regular, but I would say I've been intermittent fasting at different levels for about 3 years now.
Yeah, I think it took me a while too.
Yeah, consistently about 3 years. But you are rare to find me eating before 12.
Sometimes yeah.
For 1, I always break my fast with fruit. It's pure energy. Sometimes if I don't, I still make sure I got my greens, even if it is a stir fry. I'm good. Iris Inspire said eggplant and portobello mushroom with peppers, onions, and garlic sauteed in olive oil over rice. I'm going to dinner. Goodbye, guys.
Look, that part.
That just so good. But those are examples, and she said even her son enjoyed it. Those are examples of things that you can eat, not only while detoxing, but on every day. And we know with kids, if it's flavorful, they'll eat it.
They're going to eat it because it's really all about seasoning your food.
Yes, it's all about seasoning your food. Sahsha said, any tips on how to get into the routine? Mine is used to eating throughout the day. Yes, the first thing I would say about getting into the routine is it's always easier coming off some kind of fast, whether off some kind of detox. If you're doing a smoothie detox for 5-7 days, and it's really about the agreement you make with yourself. Starting tomorrow, self, I am only going to have smoothies. I'm going to have various smoothies throughout the day. Once you make that contract with yourself, because it really is an agreement with yourself,
right?
It's something that happens when you say it out loud, because words are spells, and when you speak it, you're binding yourself to the words that you spoke. So even if it's just 7-day smoothies, you're going to realize when you take a break from your routine that you don't need what you thought you need.
Right.
Cold turkey will work, but it's always good when you have a guidance system, and that could be smoothies, and that can be a fruit cleanse just for a couple of days. And even if you can't do just smoothies, you could do it just smoothies and nuts and or nut butters, or smoothies
or juices,
or smoothies and salads,
fresh juices.
Yep, just
salads.
When you're detoxing, you want to just break away from your norm. But it's a gradual way to do it, as opposed to saying, okay, I just had this humongous plate of vegan nachos. Tomorrow I'm going to detox. That might be hard, right? So you say, okay, I'm going to segue. I want to still feel that I'm eating and enjoying my food. So next 7 days, I'm going to have my smoothies. I'm going to have my fruit bowls, my acai bowls, my nuts, my raw desserts. You could start that route. I'm not saying just do juice, because you're not going to feel full. Cold tooth turkey. Yes, cold tooth turkey. I'm sorry. Sorry. So sorry, you a fool. But yes, you want to start off in a way that you could adhere to. You don't want to dive too deep that you fall in. And,
also kombucha.
Kombucha is detox friendly. It is approved by us. Just saying. So
wait,
I know what you're laughing at. The regular kombuchas, you guys,
the regular kombucha,
the ones that it says has stevia in the back, not the ones that are high alcohol content that you'll get in the frozen alcohol section at Barron's or Whole Foods.
Not when you're on a detox.
Not when you're on a detox. So this is a good segue into detox friendly foods.
Right. Because kombucha is raw.
Yeah, but there's various ways to detox. And it is not easy for people who have not eaten raw to say eat raw for 10 or 20 days.
Right. And again, when you're saying raw, we're saying raw as the, not processed food. So anything cooked under 125 degrees. So it's dehydrated. It's not raw. Because when you say raw, people are like, wait, raw?
Right. But that is true. Dehydrated food, all that is good. There's dehydrated chips. There's walnut meats and all that.
Kale chips
and all that stuff. So that is important. But I'm talking about, roll with me here with the newbies, the ones that eat hot, greasy, fried food all day, every day. To tell them, oh, just go raw for 20 days. Have you ever seen the look on their face? Have y'all seen that meme with Kevin Hart where he's kind of like, and he's blinking? That's the So I'm going to meet you where you are. If it means that you're going to have smoothies and salad, but you need a warm stir fry, go for it.
Right.
Because
even steam.
Yeah, that's something like steam, quinoa with brown rice. Like the meal that Iris Inspires just talked about, the eggplant with the mushroom sauteed for a couple minutes, mixed in with some quinoa, I'm all for it.
Hey, and then you gotta get into those raw tacos, the walnut tacos and wraps.
Raw tacos are another place in heaven that we all need to go to. But I'd rather people start where they are and don't already give themselves the excuse like, I can't do that because it's not cooked.
Right.
Okay, well here, have a cooked meal a day. You know what I mean? But there's still parameters to what that cooked meal is going to look like.
Right.
Because what we're doing is getting rid of the stuff that causes toxic residue. So that means we're going to get rid of we're going to get rid of the excess oils. We're going to get rid of the refried beans and all the stuff that are hard, plant-based but still hard to digest. We're going to get rid of the corn because that stuff is hard to digest. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay,
because
what is Sahsha saying? Sahsha is on episode 5 of New Day, New Chef on Amazon Prime.
all right, pick it up, Cesar.
I like
okay.
it. Congratulations, friend. Go ahead and represent for us, Sahsha. That's what I'm talking about. Amazon Prime, you guys. Amazon Prime. New Day, New Chef. Love it. Love it.
Right, because when you're actually detoxing and you're on this, you're reprogramming your brain, your whole mind. So within like the first couple of 3 days or so, 3 or 7 days, you've already reprogrammed your mind.
Yeah, the first 3 days are always the most challenging in anything new. The first 3 days of detox and the first 3 days of parenthood, the first 3 days of marriage, the first 3 days
of life.
You know, yeah, it's tough. But your body, because it's alive and it's so adaptable, it starts to realize very soon that you are doing something that's best for it.
Right.
And it will start to follow along. But doing something, eliminating, so to speak, your habits will put the habits in perspective. And it will strengthen your mind because you will realize within yourself that I've been doing that all my life, but I don't need it or didn't need it. And that's empowering. So at the end of the day, detoxing, it gives you a sense of empowerment. Let's not talk about the healing that happens. Let's not talk about the weight release that happens. Let's not talk about your clear skin that happens.
And the discipline.
Halitosis. Let's not talk about the discipline that's being built. You know what I mean? There's so much amazing things. And then you start to think, well, if it's this good, why am I going back to what I was doing before? Right. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up for a slip. Even while on the detox, you get right back on it. You get back on it.
And keep going.
And keep going. Like life. Like life.
All right. So what are other ways to help you detoxify your body? Which one of them is drinking water.
Drinking water. They say half your body weight in ounces. So if you are 200 pounds, you want to try to drink 100 ounces of water a day, etc. So that's the usual standard. Why? Our body, just like the planet, is like 90% water. We need water, pure water. Yes, you could have it in your beverages and all that stuff. That's fine. But we need pure water in your body. Also, exercising. Why?
That's on the list.
You are deep breathing, which is another.
Yep, that's another one.
So when you're deep breathing, you're getting all that carbon monoxide out of your system. So it's helping everything function, your lungs. And we know how important lung health is right now. So it's helping your lungs. It's helping your blood flow. So sweating is really, really, really good for you. Sauna.
Can we get a sauna right now?
Infrared saunas. I don't care if it's infrared. I don't care if it's a wet sauna. Get your sweat on.
Yes,
definitely. Hot yoga is another great way because you're cleansing your lungs and you're cleansing the toxins that are coming out in the form of water.
Right.
You know? So it's really, really, really good. You know, another way that's a good detox, emotional, is journaling. Journaling is a really, really good outlet. Recording. If you don't want to write down, record your voice, record your thoughts. Keep it as an archive. Go back and listen to the growth. Listen to how far you have come. That's a really, really good one because we're in the age of technology. Everyone doesn't like to write, but you can record your voice, record your thoughts.
That's actually like a stress reliever.
Yes, absolutely. And
another thing is the dry skin to do the dry brushing.
Yes. We have so much, like thousands and thousands of cells here that we can't see. And we say, oh, skin, we put lotion on it. But brushing them almost like helps your skin breathe.
Right.
So it just gives you a whole new life, a whole new glow. And it does. It releases toxins, the biggest organ. So when you're cleansing, your skin is getting cleansed too. Yeah. Just because you might not be able to see it. It's still happening.
Yeah. And then you want to try too also the foot detoxes. When you detox, because a lot of toxins come out of your feet too.
Have you guys seen the gnarly colors that come out of your feet when you're doing a foot detox? You're like, that ain't my liquid. That's somebody else's. No, that's yours.
But look, that came out of you.
and there's charts, and you can even look it up online. Foot detoxing chart, And the colors, when you see black, it's because of your kidney was messed up. And when you see brown,
orange, yeah,
your spleen, or I'm not saying that's exactly it, but it breaks it all down like that. It's really, really fascinating. It is.
Right.
There's spas that do it. You could even get the machine yourself
and do it at home. Yeah, because all it is oxygenated water. Yep. The water is being oxygenized, and it's all coming out through your feet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So those are some ways. I can think, what's
and
a good way to detox?
8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep.
Get your sleep on. Get your sleep on. In uninterrupted sleep. For me, I used to drink a lot of water before I went to bed. And now I don't do that because it interrupts my sleep.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I get up and I have to go pee-pee. So I know it's important for me to sleep. So I do my best to not drink any water like an hour before I know I'm going to bed. In an ideal world, that's what I do. Because sleep helps with your clarity. When you're clear, you're not stressed. When you're not stressed, your immune system is good. When your immune system is good, your gut's not all puffy. And when your gut's not puffy, you can fit into a bikini. That's the whole.
Look, you already summer ready.
And you're ready for summer, and that's all. Goodbye. No.
Look, and that's it.
And that's it. We're done. But
but you got to throw in meditation. Got to throw in that.
Important. Being still.
And moving.
Detoxing is a part of being still. Just sitting here, getting into the rhythm of your breath, because most of us go through life and we're not breathing. We could go like this. No, seriously, you realize you're not breathing, or when you're talking, oh yeah, it's like, whoa, you done took a little breath. Remember, breathing is cleansing, so we have to breathe. When you meditate, you get to sit there and listen to your breath and get in touch with that. That's the one thing that keeps us going.
Right.
You can go without water for a day, all that. Let's see how long we're going without oxygen. And breathing exercises are great. I do breathing exercises every day, Yes, Sahsha.
Oh, the black seed oil?
We have black seed oil and moringa.
All that.
Veggie Connection and Life and Light Wellness, we sell it. We have alkaline aminos plant-based powder. Latifah has her new powder that came out. We got we got what you need.
You got it. Black seed extracts, moringa extracts.
Mm-hmm. All that stuff helps.
The mineral moss.
Yep. Helps get rid of pre-existing conditions. It helps give you the vitamins and nutrients you need. It's full of antioxidants. Get you some. Sound
healing.
Sound healing.
Salt caves.
Sound healing.
Shout out to Bruno and them at Salt Oasis in Rancho. Salt caves. Yes. Gotta definitely hit a salt cave.
In Tarragon, in Flanders.
Tarragon.
California, that is in the Mojave Desert. Amazing. Universe has given us all these little cool things to add into our healing space. Use it, people. Use it. This is what we are here for. Yes. Oh, yeah. Music is therapy.
Really, Cesar?
Is that right? We do need a DJ set.
I'm working on it.
No, she's doing it. Everybody go to DJ Golden's
No, we're not.
I'm going to put that in here.
No, we're not.
DJ. Oops.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end this session of Live Talk with Sahsha Campbell-Garbutt of Life and Light Wellness.
Because part of the way we detox ourselves is to release the creativity that lives within us.
Oh my goodness.
That's a way to detox. We have to free ourselves from ourselves. We have to free ourselves from the illusion that we can only be A, B, and C way. We don't have to be that way,
Hey, Cesar got those bracelets too.
Okay, Sahsha got the bracelets. Everybody drop your link on here. We all got healing stuff to give. Y'all know Life and Light Wellness. I'm your health coach, your personal freedom coach. We got products. I got one-on-one coaching, group coaching sessions. I got my thing, Conquering the Corona, group coaching session going on part 2 tomorrow. I have individual coaching sessions. Me outside of Life and Light Wellness, Sahsha Campbell-Garbutt, the author, the muse, got a whole nother thing coming out, audio book coming out soon. Y'all ain't even going to be ready for it, so stay ready. That is going to be dropping soon. It's to help get you guys through this quarantine era, and to show you that, man, creativity lives in you. We need you to purge that. Get that out of yourself. And Latifah got the Veggie Connection. She's got some other projects she's working on, including DJ Golden Sage.
Really?
Everybody make sure you like and share this. Like us, follow us. We're going to be bringing you everything to let you know that your life, your health, your planet matters.
Exactly.
What you can do now in this period of downtime to come out on top. There is going to be people. There are going to be tribes that need you right now. Do not let this quarantine be an excuse for you not to detox. Do not let this quarantine be an excuse for you to sit on your talents. If anything, it is needed now. This quiet time, use it to get your health right, to get your mind right. Detox. If you don't do a detox from Life and Light Wellness or the Veggie Connection, do it from somewhere. Just make sure that it's pure and good, and make sure you love yourself enough to stick to it. We're here to help you guys.
Right. And also with our detoxes, we have 10 and 20 days, but we do recommend you do the 20-day first. We do recommend that.
Yep. Because it just, the habits that we've been into haven't just popped up overnight. So it's going to take some time, but you can do it. We love you and we support you.
Right. So until next time, I'm Latifah of the Veggie Connection.
And I'm Sahsha Campbell-Garbutt with Life and Light Wellness. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We love you guys. It was beautiful to see you. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be coming. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, let us know. Let us know.
Yep. Comment, DM us, but we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Peace. Take it easy.